But when I told this story to one of the top scientists in the world, and I was speaking to him and I explained this is how it is, and this is the reality in my experience. If you go like this is what will happen. So when I spoke to this very top-level scientist, the Nobel laureate, I was telling him that this is what it is. When I explained, this is how it is within me, what do you think? They said, can you give a mathematical background? It's true for me, it has transformed everything that I am. Everything that I ever was changed simply because I touched this dimension within me. Because this is a dialectical culture, the same science has been expressed in story forms.
Yes.
I cannot go into the whole story, it's a long story. But when I told this story to one of the top scientists in the world, and I was speaking to him and I explained this is how it is, this is the nature of the existence. This is from the yogic law, but we are always told not to believe the law till it becomes a reality in your experience.
Exactly.
And this is the reality in my experience. If you go like this is what will happen. So when I spoke to this very top-level scientist, the Nobel laureate, and I was telling him that this is what it is. There was a group of them, and when I explained, this is how it is within me, what do you think? They said, Sadhguru, if you can give a mathematical backbone to what you're talking, this is Nobel Prize stuff.
Yes.
Can you give a mathematical background? I said, I'll never bother about the mathematics. It's true for me and it has transformed everything that I am because it's true for me. Everything that I ever was changed simply because I touched this dimension within me. I don't wish to work equations for that. And anyway, Nobel Prize wouldn't mean anything to me, I would be too embarrassed by such things. So, this story, because I will make it so brief, there could be holes in it. If I make it elaborate enough, there will be no holes in the story, it's a perfect theory. And we have proved it within ourselves that it is true. But you want to build a $10 billion instrument under the ground to prove the same thing, it's up to you. This can be experientially proved within yourself if you are willing to go into the depths of what this is. Because this is made exactly the same way the whole universe is made. If you go deep enough into this and you know how this is made, by inference you know how everything in the universe is made. By inference. And even now, science is also only inferring. Today modern science has admitted that it's an ever-expanding universe or an endless universe. Rather, ever-expanding is a yogic term, they are calling it an endless universe. If it's an endless universe, trying to travel across the universe and find out the nature of the universe is unattainable. Simply ask the question. The only way you could know the nature of the universe, nature of the creation and the source of creation is by going inward, because whatever you ate in the morning, whether it's a idli or a dosa or a banana, has been transformed into a human being in the last few hours.
Yes, exactly.
Nobody else can do this except the source of creation. So if the source of creation is right here, if you want to know anything about creation, isn't it the best place to consult? If you want to know anything about creation, isn't the source of creation the best place to consult?
Yes.
And if you had to go to heaven for this, you could give it up. If it is right here, why don't you consult?
Yes.
Simply because you're too enamored by your own thought. you think you are going to capture the whole universe with your thoughts. It is a foolish way to approach.
Yes.
The only reason why science has survived is because of technology. It keeps throwing out technologies. If no technologies were coming out of science, they were just talking about all the things that they have been talking, people would have beaten them down for the money that they spent. And it's happened in the past when there were no technologies and people just spoke science, they were beaten down, isn't it?
Yes.
So, science has its value in terms of utility. But science cannot open up the existence for human experience. It will not, can never do it because they are going with intellect. Intellect as an instrument works only to dissect. The only way intellect can approach anything is to break it up and see. If you ask a scientist to find out something about this flower, first thing is he will break it up into pieces.
Yes.
I think I should ask a scientist to make me understand one of you. He will talk about dissecting you then. If you break this up, you may know many parts of this. You may know the structure of it, you may know the chemistry of it, but you will not know the beauty of it. You will not know the completeness of it, because flower is an expression of a plant finding its fulfillment. It is the highest thing for the plant. For its life, this is the highest happening. It's the flowering of that life. You will not know that. You will not see the hand of the Creator in this if you break it down. But as a whole, if you are willing to pay attention, absolute attention, if in your approach you make this flower more important than yourself and keep your focus on it, you will see the whole universe in this. If you break it up, you will have petals, you will have other parts of the flower, and you will come to vulgar conclusions, and then you will learn how to make use of it.
Sadhguru shares a story with a top scientist about the nature of existence from yogic lore. The story highlights the differences in perspective between personal experience and scientific validation in understanding the universe's nature. In the realm of modern science, there is a growing acknowledgement that the very essence of our existence is deeply rooted in the phenomenon of vibrations. This fundamental truth, which is increasingly supported by empirical evidence, suggests that whenever there is vibration, there is inevitably sound. Thus, it can be understood that you exist not merely as a singular vibration, but rather as a complex symphony of harmonious frequencies. This profound revelation echoes the ancient wisdom found in various spiritual and philosophical traditions, which proclaim the divine origin of creation through the power of the spoken word. By attributing significance to words, we demonstrate our fluency and familiarities with the English language. However, for those who are not acquainted with this language, my utterances may be perceived as nothing more than mere auditory expressions. Imagine for a moment if I were to speak in a language entirely foreign to you. In such scenario, you would naturally interpret my words as unfamiliar gibberish, finding it challenging to discern whether I am communicating in a legitimate language or simply producing nonsensical noises. Thus, it becomes apparent that its core, a word essentially a sound. In this context, it has been beautifully expressed that the essence of our creation lies in the inseparable connection between the Creator and the creation. It is believed that without a constant support and involvement of the source of creation, the ongoing process of creation would cease to exist. This profound understanding is encapsulated in the statement, "First there was a word," signifying that sound was the initial manifestation when creation emerged from the unmanifest. This concept finds intriguing parallel with scientific theories such as the Big Bang theory, which emphasize the significance of sound in the genesis of the universe. Yoga, which its rich philosophical underpinning offers a unique perspective on the concept of creation. Rooted in a dialectical culture, yoga represents a certain beauty in its terminology and teachings. For example, the concept of Shiva, often misunderstood as a person or a deity, actually refers to that which is not, or that which is newborn. It symbolizes a state of restful existence, akin to a deep slumber, as Shakti, the divine feminine energy, seeks to awaken Shiva for a dance. His initial response as Rudra, a roarer, signifies the explosive energy that initiated the universe, mirroring the modern scientific theory of the Big Bang. The eternal dance of Shiva and Shakti affect the endless cycle of creation and destruction that is observed in the vast expanses of the cosmos. In his thought-provoking book Endless Universe, esteemed author and director of the Creator for Theoretical Science at Princeton University, Paul Steinhardt, delves into the concept of a universe that is not born from a singular event but rather exists in a state of eternal and harmonious continuity. During the captivating conversation with Steinhardt himself, I pondered the intriguing possibility of a universe that resonates with a constant and mesmerizing roar, challenging our conventional notions of a time and space. After careful consideration and contemplation, Steinhardt posited that the creation of the universe may not have simply occurred with a sudden bang, but rather with a majestic roar that reverberated over time, gradually giving rise to all existence. When questions about the frequencies of these cosmic roars, he acknowledged the impossibilities of pinpointing an exact number but suggested that it happened more than once. Intriguingly, he proposed the concept of the universe roaring a total 84 times, a notion he supported with a cryptic references to his own system of understanding. This enigmatic insight led him to predict the universe would continue to roar for a maximum of 112 times, ultimately culminating in a perpetual cycle of creation without a discernible beginning of an end. As we age, the rate at which our cells regenerate gradually decreases, leading to a natural decline in overall vitality. Just as our bodies experience this inevitable aging process, so too does the world around us. It serves as a reminder of a delicate balance between growth and decay, highlighting the importance of cherishing and nurturing the beauty of creation before it inevitably fades away. This profound understanding of creation as a dynamic and continuous process stands apart from all others as the epitome of authenticity. Within the current realm of existence, there exist two essential components: the physical embodiment that holds the essence of all experiences and the origin of creation, laying the foundation of what is yet to come. When individuals allow their past to dictate their future, it is observed and recognized as their karma, signifying a lack of fresh possibilities and a continued cycle of repetition. To break free from this pattern and embrace a truly limitless future, one must transcend the confines of their past and step into the realm of endless potential. In the realm of modern science, it is now widely acknowledged that the essence of our existence is rooted. Why Sadhguru shuts up a Christian journalist? Watch this video now to know the truth. Like and share the video to spread the message, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for latest videos. Thanks for watching. Pranam.